Hi everyone, my name is Benjamin Yeo and I'm actually from PropNext. We are the appointed marketing agency for the upcoming launch at Piccadilly Grand. Right, I'm very excited to actually share with you some of the key highlights of this development. Allow me to share screen. So here we go. So Piccadilly Grand is the first JV between CDL and MCL. These two are one of the big wigs in the residential developing world in Singapore. And the residential address is 1, 3, and 5 Northumberland Road. This is in District 8, or commonly known as the Rest of Core Central Region in Singapore, or RCR for short. So this is actually a 99 years leasehold land, and also it is comprising of 3 towers, 23 stories tall, and it has commercial elements as well as a childcare center on site. Total number of units, 407, comprising of 1-bedder to all the way to 5-bedroom units. And one thing to take note of for investors, there are also 4-bedroom dual key units available. Yep. So the land price is a very nice number, 1,129 PSF PPR for a city fringe location, right? So this translates to an estimated per square foot selling price of between 1,009 to about 2,002 PSF. So depending on unit sizes that you're getting, it could go towards a higher side or the lower side. So expected vacant possession is around 2nd of August 2026. So TOP should thereabouts be around half a year earlier or so, depending on construction progress. So again, architects are also very well known, ADDP, with landscape consultant Tinderbox. They have done a lot of big projects as well. And there will be 2 show flats on the display at the show gallery. So one is a 2+ study, 678 square feet unit, and one is a 4-bedroom dual key, 1,378 square feet on site. So just a little bit of sharing. This is actually the unit mix. So very healthy unit mix from 1-bedroom sizes of 484 square feet all the way to 5-bedroom plus study of 1,679 square feet. And the mix is really exciting because it's been a while since I actually see a 50% mix for 2+ study and smaller units, and a 50% weightage on the 3-bedroom and above unit sizes. So in recent years, I've actually seen many condos with up to 70% of 1 and 2 bedders. So this development is actually angled towards family size units. So some of the unique features, this is actually integrated next to Farrer Park MRT station, and it's a very rare city fringe development. In fact, for District 8, this is the newest and the only mixed integrated development available. Right, 2 stops to Dhoby Ghaut MRT station along the purple line, northeast line, and again, it's got 5 different zonings in terms of facilities for residents. So this is the location map. I'll just skip through very quickly. And how do we define RCR, Rest of Central Region? Basically, it is the shaded area in red. So essentially, it is known as the city fringe area, and Core Central Region, or known as the CCR, is the yellow shaded area. So that comprises of traditionally districts 9, 10, 11, Sentosa plus downtown core, which is along Bugis area, right? So in terms of location-wise, you can see that Piccadilly Grand is really right at the fringe around here. Just a short drive and we are hitting Orchard and Newton already. Yeah. So this is the picture of an actual site. You can see that where Piccadilly Grand is located, most of the units have a very nice vantage viewpoint because you see all these red color shaped developments. These are all low-rise developments, 6 stories high predominantly, and in a conserved status, so unlikely to be redeveloped to high-rise in time to come. So the sales gallery, in fact, is just diagonally across from the actual site. So this is actually exit D, and the actual site will be exit E. You can see over here, street directory roadmap. Another better, clearer picture, share with you. So CDL, MCL, I'll just run through this very quickly because everyone knows CDL. They've done many projects, and the most recent integrated one that they are currently building is Canning Hill Piers at former Liang Court. And for MCL land, also done many developments. Leiden Green is one that's still under construction in District 10. And this is the connectivity via MRT to Piccadilly Grand. You can see that Piccadilly Grand is around here along the Purple Line, 2 stops to Dhoby Ghaut MRT station, which is also an interchange to Thomson East Coast Line as well as Circle Line, right, North-South Line. So in essence, we have so many MRT lines within a couple of stops from each Piccadilly Grand. We've got 3 stops to Bugis, Clarke Quay 3 stops, Orchard 3 stops, Raffles Place 4 stops, Botanic Gardens 4 stops, and Bayfront 5 stops. And you can see it's only about 3 to 5 minutes short walk to City Square Mall, a very big mall in that vicinity. And to Orchard Takashimaya is about 9 to 12 minutes drive depending on traffic conditions. To CBD Shenton House, also 12 to 15-minute drive. So very convenient. Yeah. And here are some nearby amenities you can see. So you can see that we have got connection, hospitals, Mustafa, City Square Mall, markets, centers, and even Plaza Singapura between 1.5 km radius. So there is a huge variety that one can actually enjoy. Let me just go. Primary schools, for those who are actually looking at enrolling the children to schools within 1 km, we've got 3 pretty decent schools: Farrer Park Primary School, St. Joseph's Institution, and St. Margaret's Primary School. And for those who have already alumni and just want to stay close by to the schools, we have both ACS between 1 to 2 km, Bendemeer Primary School, as well as Hong Wen School to choose from. So for investors, this is important because we are very close to the Novena Health City, as well as all the professionals having specialist clinics at the Farrer area. So you can see that all these areas will be potential tenants for investors. Very strong tenant pool and profile. This is a bit of a Novena Health City. Many specialist clinics are located there right now and still growing. I'll skip through master plan. For anyone who wants to know more in detail the demographics and the master plan of this area, drop me a line. My number is 8778-8778. I can do a one-on-one session with you for deeper analysis. So this is the plan on Farrer Park. Importantly, next one for investors, you can see that even for resale prices, the just newly TOP'd Uptown at Farrer, which is just nearby, is already transacting at 2,189 per square foot. If you're looking at even an old condo like City Square Residence, the largest in the area, 910 units, it has also just recently hit the 2,100 PSF resale transaction price, right? So of course, looking at our estimated price range for a brand new 99 years leasehold integrated development in District 8, Piccadilly Grand makes a very compelling proposition. So in Singapore, there are only about up to currently about 20 in 2021 integrated developments, and they only started coming up in the year 2000. And the reason for such a late start is because in the earlier years when there are only 2 main MRT lines, east-west and north-south, there wasn't far ahead planning done in order to integrate these developments with the MRT stations. So these are only started happening on the later years when more lines are added. So these are really rare, and usually there's a center of activity around that whole area that actually boosts prices as well as a very good rental yield because of the connectivity. Yeah. So something for investors to take note of. And these are just some of the new launches and average prices around Singapore in the OCL region, outside Central. So some of them are already hitting about 1,008 PSF already. So in terms of inventory levels, well, these are just all details. I'm not going to bore you with it, but basically, in essence, we are now in Singapore, island-wide at the lowest level of unsold inventory. And these are upcoming launches this year. We're expecting even at the OCL suburbs, we are looking at easily about 1,009 PSF and above. So for our CR region, we are already looking at around 2,000-ish coming up already. Even at Ang Mo Kio, we are looking at about $2,000 per square foot. So this is the whole list. If you want to find out more, give me a shout out and I'll do a one-on-one Zoom with you. So these are all the unlaunched projects coming up. Not many this year. I'll just show you some data. And of course, these are just a roadmap of the whole island-wide new launches coming up. So why do we need cooling measures? The reason is because over the last 1-2 years, the property price index has actually jumped tremendously, far ahead of fundamentals, right? So this is due to a variety of reasons, but ultimately the government does not want prices to actually rise too quickly, hence the cooling measures. So in terms of predictions, we'll think that this year we'll be looking at the residential private home prices to grow by about slower rate of about 3 to 5%. And for HDB resale transactions, we're expecting the prices to go up by between 6 to 8%, which is quite a fair bit lower than last year. Right? Last year, we are seeing a 10.6% increase in prices for private properties, and actually for HDB is a 12.7%. Essentially wiped out the last 7 years of a downtrend. So in terms of sales volume, important to note, right column, we can see that due to the smaller supply of land and en bloc, we are seeing that new launches, primary sales this year will be reduced by about 20 to 30% as compared to 2021. So we'll be looking at about 9 to 10,000 units of brand new residential, private residential condos to be launched this year, all around island-wide. And then in terms of resale volume, we are going to expect it to drop as well because private properties have also come down in terms of supply, just not enough to go around. But HDB resale volume, we expected to maintain at about 30,000 level because of the number of MOPs they're going to see this year. Right, so very, very strong demand by upgraders. You can see how the spillage coming through. So by region, we're going to see that predominantly 70% of all primary sales are in the OCR and RCR region. And in terms of pricing, we'll be looking at about 73.2% of new home sales were priced at 2 million and below. So that's really the sweet spot for city fringe areas. And of course, we're expecting for 2021, 76.3% of sales done below 2,400 per square foot in the city fringe area, RCR. So that is really the sweet spot. So where does it actually position Piccadilly Grand? So we think this is not the developer's indicative. They have not said anything about it, but this is what we think. We think that the sweet spot will be around the 2,200 PSF for the smaller units. Possibly larger size units can be slightly lower, but this is the sweet spot highlighted in black bold over here. So you can see that for the 3-bedders, we can see that the price range is between 1.79 million, 1.8 million to about 2.08, 2.09 million kind of quantum, which really falls straight in the sweet spot of family size units in RCR region. So let us go straight on to balance sheet. You can see that basically our property assets have already crossed 1 trillion, 1.12 trillion. So first time and genuine home buyers, they make out of 85.5% of all sales. So this gives a very good picture, a strong picture that inherent demand is right there. Yeah. So right now we go to supply. You can see that this is the one that everyone needs to take note. Whether you're an investor, whether you're a potential home buyer for this year, time is running out because you're fighting against the rise in prices, right? Personally, I don't think there'll be any drop in prices based on experience, just because the inherent demand is right there. You can see for RCR by Q4, we have only 4,300 units left. So as of now, 21st of March, we'll be looking at below this number, probably closer to the 3,000 plus mark. OCR, we're looking at even a lower number, also about 3,000 or even 3,000 or slightly below 3,000 mark already. So right now, our previous low Island Night was Q2, just before the en bloc fever came about. There was 15,085 units. On average, over the last 10-15 years, we are looking at an average supply of easily about 20,000 a year, 20 to 22,000. So we are really right below that right now. We have 14,154 as of Q4. Right now, we are already at the 13,000 mark. So government has helped by releasing more land under the government land sale scheme, only 40%, but in terms of pure numbers, absolute numbers, not many. So in terms of overall supply, reserve site, which is a light blue, plus the confirmed sites, the overall number has also dropped. So we're only looking at about first half of the year, about 5,000 plus. Okay, so by the time the land have been sold, it'll take another 9 to 12 months for approvals before they can start launching. So you'll see a lot of launches coming only next year. And also the numbers actually do show a very low figure. So you can see that increasing land costs over the last 4 to 5 years has gone up. Even in OCR, $707 per square foot, all the way to average of 1,161 this year as of now. So Piccadilly Grand is actually, the land was sold at 1,129 per square foot per plot ratio. Very, very good price, right? So these are all the GIS sales and break-even prices. I shall go through this I'll not go through this very quickly. So excuse me for my rambling, because I'm trying to reduce the time for you guys to get as much information as possible based on what we have. So when there are more updates, I'll actually do short videos and actually update everyone. So looking at the concept and design, it'll be earthy tones, warm tones, texture and rough. Yep, this is a very modern feel. And of course, in terms of artist impression, this is quite exciting. You can see that this is the exit from Farrer Park MRT station. This is exit E. So once you come out, you have Piccadilly Galleria, which is where all the retail and commercial components. Childcare is on the left side. You see 3 towers, 1, 3, 5. Block 1 will actually have the larger units. So you can see that level 2 and 3 is also the car park, 1, 2, 3, or residential car park. And you can see that retail and F&B and childcare is totally segregated from the residential component. So they have separate entrances. You see this is the first level site plan. And good news, the bin center as well as the substation is located in B1. So it's shielded from all residents. Fantastic design, I would say. And then in terms of views, you can see that most of the units have north-south facing, northeast, southwest, and southeast facing, which means that a huge, huge open view. You can see this is a northeast facing all the way up north. You see all these. So we don't have a lot of blockage. And this is the very nice main vantage viewpoint, about 160 degrees panoramic view of the city and Bay Area. So there are even smaller pockets of sea view, you can tell, MBS over here. And this is actually the southwest view, which is towards Orchard. Yeah, so you see a lot of greenery, plenty of greenery. This is just up close on the bottom right picture. And you can see that the architects are very clever. They actually staggered the blocks so that in order to maximize the views for all the units as much as possible. Yeah. So you can see stack 1, 2, 8, 9, and 15. These are all the large units, 5 betas, 4 and 4 bed dual key units. Yeah. So one thing I actually realized is each level has between 6 to 7 units to share 2 lift shafts, which is a very, very good ratio, considering many other new condos now have 8 to 10 units sharing 2 lifts. Yep, and this is only a 23-story building. So very fantastic, very, very good. Kudos to CDL and MCL for actually providing such good ratios. And of course, in terms of lifestyles, there are 5 different zoning in terms of facilities for the residents at Piccadilly Grand. So 3 different clubhouses at level 1, level 3, and level 4. And this is what it looks like, artist impression, very beautiful, right? Majestic looking building considering the surrounding, yeah, all low rise. And this is actually a artist impression of the grand lobby entrance to greet the residents when you're there. Dining area, Tranquility Clubhouse, this is on level 3. And then we have the main bigger clubhouse at social clubhouse at level 4, which is just outside the children's pool area. Function rooms are all there, gym as well. So of course, CDL and MCL are always using green features, incorporating green features into the design. This is no exception for Piccadilly Grand as well. So you can see that all new homes are also come with smart home features. You can see home screen, smart home, smart intercom system, amenities booking, and lifestyle services all incorporated within an app. And you can see the landscaping, all predominantly centered around level 3 and 4. A lot of green areas. See a lot of green areas. Spa area, botanical spa, pool, level 3, 4, and vitality zone, which is level 4. And again, children's area, social zone, right over there. So artist impression, again, clubhouse dining room, co-working room. So just go on very quickly. Importantly is the fittings, all right? Now, for this project, I must say that very good premium fittings are used. For the kitchen fittings and wares, developers has provided Hansgrohe and Frankie. Very, very good brands in the market. And for kitchen appliances, they are all supplied by Bosch. Very, very good appliances. Very durable, very long lasting. Yeah. And in terms of color scheme, basically there's a bit of differentiation between the 1, 2, 3 betas and the 4 and 5 betas. So for the 1, 2, 3 betas, the design, the kitchen color scheme is a little bit lighter. They're all based on a neutral warm tone. And on the 4 and 5 betas, slightly darker. Right, you can see on the right hand side. And of course, in terms of bathroom fittings, again, there's some differentiation. 1, 2, 3 betas are all using a chrome polish finish. So Hansgrohe and Villeroy and Boch, also very, very respected brands in the market. And for the 4 and 5 betas, this is a little bit special. It comes with a brushed black chrome finish. Very beautiful. For anyone who has actually been to Park Esta's show flat earlier on by MCL, they actually differentiated this way as well. So they also use a Hansgrohe Axor series. And mine is really very beautiful. The brushed metal black chrome finish, right? So then in terms of bathroom design as well, color scheme, there are two separate schemes that differentiate between the 1, 2, 3 beta and the 4 and 5 beta. So left side is 1, 2, 3 beta, 4 and 5 beta is on the right side. Show flat is a 4-bed double key. So you're going to see both color schemes on display. So you can see that for the larger units, it's a bit more darker undertones. And for the smaller units, a bit brighter, lighter color scheme. And for the common bathroom, it's the same thing as well. Two color schemes to differentiate, right? Left side and the right side. Then for wardrobe design, again, they're also differentiated between the 1, 2, 3 betas as well as the 4 and 5 betas. So I'm really excited because I've not seen from the pictures, that doesn't really tell me much about the finishing of the 4 and 5 betas. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to come up with. Something special, probably. And in terms of design as well, very functional design in the interior wardrobe of the master bedroom. You can see that there's a accessories area open up with also mirrors as well. And for the 4 and 5 betas, there's from what I can see right now, there's extra lighting inside the wardrobes as well. Yep, in addition, so finishing also different two-tone colors, and common bedroom wardrobes are also differentiated. You see that. So this is actually just the breakdown of the site plan with the unit sizes. So hopefully at this point, you have a pretty good understanding of the location and directional facing of the units in Piccadilly Grand. Now, next one is important because this is the most important part, and I'll slow down a little bit. Currently, preview for the show flats tentatively from 9 to 19 April, subjected to changes and approvals from relevant authorities. Those who are interested to place a check to be a first mover to come in to buy will have up to Tuesday, 19th of April to submit a check with full documentation. Yeah. E-balloting will be on Thursday, 21st of April. This will determine the sequence of purchase, right? So usually on the Friday, 22nd of April will be the bulk purchases, 2 units or more, and the VIP purchases, followed by single unit purchases will be all on the Saturday, 23rd April 2022 in the morning, right? So it'll be staggered. So remember, all preview viewings are by pre-arranged appointments, and based on experience, we do not know the full logistical flow right now. Based on experience, it's going to be 1 hour per group of not more than 5 people, including your agents, to view the show flat. So this is the reason why I've actually done this short briefing right now so that you can understand the project a lot more. And when you actually go to the show flat to take a look at the show flat units, just pay attention to the materials and the finishing. Everything else can be decided before or after that, right? So speak to our agents or myself if you want to find a lot more details. Those who are preparing to buy, please make sure that finances are in place. If you need help in understanding the different rules, the timeline, progressive payment, please give me a shout out at my number, 8778-8778. I will try my very best to explain to you the whole process. Yep. So only after 23rd of April, if it does launch for VIP booking, on the Sunday will it be open to the public. So the public will only have access to the units, the balance units, in fact. So if you got any questions, drop me a line. Real estate related, drop me a line. Rentals, drop me a line. My name is Benjamin Yeo from PropNext, and I hope to see you and always at your service 24/7. Thank you very much.